Hello everyone, I am going to be releasing the Q&A session. This is the third Q&A session. Before I get into that, I want to say thank you to Mr. Joel Topali and Mr. Joseph LaForest for your recent donations to the show. I really appreciate that you guys decided to donate, even though I told everyone that, if you want to donate, you could wait for a different project, that you still decided to donate. It means a lot. Thank you very much. And thank you to everyone who extended me condolences for the death of the recent death in my family. I appreciate that a lot, and my family appreciates that. Thank you. I also want to, before I get into answering the questions from last time, I have been recording my progress in creating a web show, Death of the GKaiser, the live action. I've been not entirely daily video journal I've been keeping, but I've been keeping updated. And it actually was intended to talk mostly about the production of it. It talks about the production that I've been going through as well. But lately it's mostly been talking about all the things that have been going on in my life, the highs and lows. I don't know if anyone's interested in hearing about it. I've got almost been keeping the journal since I started doing the RPG Fanatic show. So people might be interested in seeing what goes on a little behind the scenes of my personal life. I don't really know. I'm thinking about releasing it. If you guys are interested in, hearing me talk about my personal life, I will release it. We'll probably won't release all the episodes all at once. They'll be gradually updated because I like to keep a bridge, I guess, between what's happened and what's happened now. But if you guys are interested in me doing a live journal sort of thing that talks about what's been going on in my life, I'll let me know in the comments below if you're interested. If you're not interested, I think it would be mostly boring, but I don't know. Maybe people would be interested in hearing what the highs and lows of my life and what I've done to overcome certain things. And just like, status updates on the GKaiser productions, which is really what I'm really interested in, like, so people know what I've been doing with that. Let's answer some questions now. Okay, first one. I'm SO3R Bill Knox asked me, "What is your best gaming memory from childhood?" I think my earliest childhood memory with my father, he used to have not an Atari 600, not an Atari. It was a ColecoVision, I believe. No, it was an Intellivision. That's what it was. It was an Intellivision, and he would have it connected to his television that was like up prop. It was really high for me. I was like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 or something. I was small, and my younger brother Curtis wasn't even born then. But we used to play games, me and my dad together. And I remember playing something shooting missiles and some various little tank games and stuff. That's my earliest memory. I also remember the day that we got a Super Nintendo, not a Super Nintendo, we got a Nintendo system. The Nintendo just came out. We got the Family Power Pack or something with a little jumping on the little mat that never really worked. We did have a game for it because it came with Duck Hunt and it came with Super Mario Brothers and some running Olympics game I can't remember the name of, all on the same cartridge. I think it was called like the Family Power Pack or something. I could be mistaken. It's been a very long time since I've looked at any of that stuff. The games that we had was the ones that came with it. We also had Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong, it was like Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. together, I think, and it was Ghosts and Goblins. And that was like, it was kind of funny because like my dad set it up, and he played it more than I did. My dad used to be a big gamer when I was a kid. As he got older, he got a little bit more into computer games, and then now he doesn't play at all. But he used to be a big gamer. Best gaming memory from childhood. That's hard. I pretty much was motivated to read because I wanted to understand what was going on in the video games I played, like Legend of Zelda, for example. and Mega Man. And I wasn't so big in Dragon Warrior when I was a kid. Like, my next door neighbor had Dragon Warrior. Now, we were like trying to play it, but no one else could read, so we couldn't really understand how to play it. I really didn't get into computer RPGs, let's see, until I was about maybe, I want to say like 10 or 11, around then. I know that I played, not in this particular order, I can't remember the exact order, played Final Fantasy IV, the US version, which was released as Final Fantasy II, and I played Final Fantasy VI, again released as 3, so it was like the US version, with a weird translation. And I played Lufia 2, and Chrono Trigger, and I also played computer games, their various little, yeah, actually, you know, the first computer RPG I ever played, I don't even know what the name of it was, but it was basically like it looked like a roguelike, and it was on a computer. My mom's, I think she had like a Tandy something or other. And we used to have little discs that she would get from a friend, freeware games and stuff. And it was a little go through it, it looked like a roguelike, in hindsight. I used to call it Haunted Castle, but I'm pretty sure that's not what the name was. I just called it Haunted Castle because it had ghosts you had to fight. Really, I ran away from everything because I didn't really like understand how to play it all that well. So that was the first one I ever played. I loved that game when I was a kid. But I didn't really get really into it until I was getting into my teens. I played, of course, the J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings Volume 1 when that came out. I played hours into that. My most memorable experiences probably are doing things like seeing the commercial for Final Fantasy VII. I was like, oh my god, that's so awesome. I have to get that game. And then I remember the first time I loaded the game up. It was on a big screen TV. And it was just like a religious experience. It was so cool to see that. I was like, holy, it's like, because the camera's all moving through, you know, there's air, and you dive into the train, and that game will always, I know the graphics haven't really kept up to date, but the gameplay and the experience really, you know, it was amazing. And I love Xenogears. Oh, I love Xenogears so much. That was a great, Lufia 2. Lufia 2 is probably one of my favorites for the Super NES. I really enjoyed Earthbound. We had Earthbound, and everyone was like giving it bad reviews and stuff. And I'm like, oh, you know, I'm gonna rent this and check it out. Earthbound was awesome, awesome. And Super Mario RPG. I stayed up. I used to stay up like all weekend and play it. And other games, Breath of Fire games. I mean, I really got hardcore about playing them. So it's hard for me to like just choose one memory. I have so many. I spent more time on this question than I should have. Okay, next one. Louis Wiz channel. Louis his channel. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Number 1. What is a man? A miserable pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you? Second question is, ever thought of writing article-style reviews when not doing video reviews? What I do is I write a script for my videos, and then I will include portions of that script, sans the comedy bits I have the students for. We have been on originalgamer.com publishing both, and on various blogs I do as well. I've been publishing a script as well. I keep intending to add captions to all my videos. So far, only one of my videos, I think, I've actually taken the time to do the captions. Eventually, I'll get to do that. More article-style reviews. I write everything, so I basically do create articles. I probably I have to think of a really good reason to do so. I prefer to make a video of it because I think if I make a video of it, more people will see it. Because, let's be honest here, a lot of people don't like to read. They want to be entertained as well while they're receiving information, which is why I try to be entertaining in my videos. If there's a specific thing that would work best for that type of format, I like to read personally, so it's not like I hate reading or something. I enjoy reading quite a bit. I'm just trying to make something that I think the most people will appreciate and be able to accept. If there's a specific reason why I should do articles, please let me know in the comments, and I will consider it. I'm not against it. I already am writing articles, so. Ryan C5119. I'm retarded. Ryan C519. Bash more incompetent game critics, please. From GI, IGN, etc. That was really good. I'm not just like bash the reason. There's a specific purpose I need to do if I'm going to bash specific people. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of anyone I need to address right now, other than maybe some of the editors at Wikipedia who seem to think that they know everything about computer RPGs, and that they. I had a huge argument with this guy. You can probably see it in the comments for the computer RPGs article, where I was strongly arguing against the East and West RPGs divide. I'm very opposed to the beliefs that are expressed there. As I have said in previous videos, I think it's invented hype, mostly to market Western computer RPGs. They're not really Western, they're Western style, It's just created by American companies, mostly BioWare, because BioWare is really into the dialogue trees, and a lot of companies really aren't. There's actually a very large number of small little indie studios who create PC-only computer RPGs that are a little bit more console style, actually. I keep intending to review some of them. Some of them are really good. I will be doing more articles about that in the near future, but not specifically to bash them. If you really want to, I think there's a blog where a guy does do that. Let me see if I can find it here. Game journalists are... Okay. Google, game journalists are incompetent fuckwits. Excuse my language, but that's the name of the journal. This guy, he is trying to point out all the inconsistencies and false things that various game journalists are saying. A lot of them online. It's a great blog. I really recommend it. It's very interesting. Check it out if you want to see someone making fun of game critics. That's basically what he does. And he points out the inconsistencies and the problems with some of their review styles. And he's really, he's not as opposed to point systems as I am, but he points out some of the flaws of various point systems. They'll give a game a really bad score, or they give a game a bad review, and then they give it an average score. If it's a bad freaking game, it shouldn't have an average score, should it? And he talks about this a lot. We also have originalgamer.com website. There is a podcast that Oscar did with this individual for a game journalist or incompetent fuckwits. Listen to it. It's a very long, but it's very enlightening podcast to listen to. I totally recommend checking it out. I'll have a link here in the comment section so you can check out both the blog and the podcast interview with this man. I'm sorry, I had to cut some stuff. I was starting to ramble. Check it out. Wicked Rob 1, what's the meaning of life? I believe it's 42, but don't quote me. Edward Elric 555. Thanks for answering my question, and I have the theory of fun. It's an awesome book. By the way, what's your experience with tabletop games? And I don't mean just RPGs. I mean that and other stuff like miniature war games, card games on motorcycles. Board games and puzzle games. I was very young. I used to play a lot of chess and checkers. I'm not going to say like I'm a great player. I think I'm okay at chess. I'm not like a master. I still mostly focus on analyzing moves. I don't memorize moves. The masters, you see, that's the thing with chess. The masters are so good because they have memorized so many different moves. They're using a completely different part of their brain. Not to say that they're not thinking as hard about things, but they use a little bit of a different style. I still would be considered, a novice. I'm not. I enjoy it. I just don't play as much. But lately, I have been thinking about playing a little bit more online. If I just had the time to, to devote to that, I do like it. I also played. Of course, everybody played like Candyland and various board games like that. I liked them. I used to play. Aggravation is what it is. I used to play Aggravation a lot with my family. Let's see. I played lots of card games with my grandparents. Solitary, I always play by myself. I think the most common card game I ever really played was Kings in the Corner. I never really played like a lot of like blackjack and poker and stuff. I always keep forgetting the damn rules to poker because I hardly ever play. But I think I do fairly okay when I play. Let's see. What else did you ask me? Tabletop games. Not as hardcore about tabletop RPG games as might be indicated by my discussion about them. I certainly enjoy it. I just don't play a lot because I don't have an active group right now. I play a lot more at my when I was living in Michigan. I played with college friends and stuff. We played Star Wars D20, not the Saga, but the D20. We could have played Saga, but we didn't. Played City of Heroes, not City of Heroes, Mutants and Masterminds. What did I say? Mutants and Masterminds, really fun game. It's a superhero version of tabletop RPG. And God, what else did we play? There was another game. I can't remember the damn name of it for some reason. It's like on the tip of the tongue. I played a little bit. I'm not hardcore about it. I have a lot of books on them though. I have Big Eyes and Small Mouth. I have a huge bunch of those books. I have a bunch of God, what's the system called? It's the one that did the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles RPG games. I can't remember what the actual system is called. I think it's like Palladium or something like that. I have a whole bunch of D&D books. I don't have like the old D&D, the old original version. I have lots of the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons books from the both versions. And I have one of the books from Basic D&D, which is the it's not old D&D. It's one of these days I should just like make a video about it, explaining the history of D&D or something. It's really quite fascinating. I have lots of books basically on computer RPGs, and lots of little source books and stuff like that. I have God, what's it called? There's a sci-fi tabletop RPG that I have a book on as well. I have a closet full of them. I don't really play them though. Mostly what I do is I examine the rules, and I really like to read them and examine them when I write drafts for video game mechanics. Because really, the mechanics for tabletop RPG, a lot of it is very applicable to computer RPGs. To figure out a damage system for how to determine how much damage a character does. Well, that's what tabletop RPGs do. You just don't see that information, the algorithms, when you're playing the computer RPG, but they're there. And they're really, a lot of them are based off of stuff from, tabletop RPGs. GURPS, I have GURPS, that's what it is. Miniature war games. I had played it one time with some, not cousins, but like friends of my parents. Some of their kids, I played a little bit with it. It was kind of fun. I think it was Warhammer we played. Puzzle games. Puzzle games. I was never really super into puzzle games. I was terrible at like Rubik's Cube and stuff. I played lots of different board games. Some of them I guess could be considered puzzle games. I don't know about motorcycles. I used to ride some motorcycles, but a motorcycle, but I haven't done it in years. Shintai 123. What is your general opinion of niche companies like Nissa, Xseed, Atlas, and S6 Games that are becoming a little more popular nowadays with anime-style RPGs? I don't know, anime-style with anime graphics? Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Nissa. Xseed's got some good stuff as well. Atlas has been around for a long time. I don't really consider them niche at all. Maybe they don't sell as well in North America, but they are a big-time company, especially in Japan. Megaten series is like one of the 3 longest-running fantasy computer RPG series around in Japan. The other 2 would be Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. It's a big company, really it is. It's not small whatsoever. I have a very good opinion of them. I like what they do. Have you ever considered doing a podcast? I would definitely listen to that. This is sort of a podcast, just with some visuals to see me, rambling what I look like when I do it. I might do some sit-downs in the near future, or distant future, or some future, with Original Gamer, who does a podcast show. myself, I'm not personally interested in podcasting and radio. I'm more of a visual medium type of person. Lastly, you sound like you have a lot of games to cover on the show. I was wondering if this also counted the ones in your intro. Yes, lots of people want me to do the ones in my intro. I tend to eventually do them. I just try to find interesting things to say about some of them and make it funny. Also, to be honest, some of them I like them, but some of them they're just kind of it's hard to sit through. Robotruck, for example, is a decent game, but it's definitely made for a younger audience. And I put it in there because I think it's a really interesting combat system, and it's cool. Eventually I will review it. Yes, I just need to motivate myself to do it. Wicked Rob 1. You can have student sort question the next questions for you. Question the next questions. Question. I mean, like, ask you why you asked me the question? Or answer the questions, perhaps you mean. How about this? If you guys have questions for the student sword, note in your comments for this video that you would like the student sword to answer your question. And I will have the next video of a student sword will answer your question for you. That's what we will do. Mankind KN. Do you play multiple RPGs at the same time? Don't you get confused? I do play multiple RPGs at the same time. Because to be perfectly honest, sometimes I get really bored of some of these games. So what I do is I play one as long as I can, and I record the footage, and then I move on to another one. I start playing that one, and then I come back to it. And it's actually a good way to do this because it gives me time to really think about the game and what I don't like about it. Sometimes it takes me a while to really understand why I don't understand it. I want to really wait until I get it. I don't want to just like throw out "this sucks" and not be able to explain why it sucks. I want to really be able to give people a logical reason why I don't like it. And sometimes I really have to think about it, and I have to compare it to other games and say, well, this game did it this way, but I feel perfectly okay about it when it's done by this game. So why don't I like it in this game? Or, the alternative, where I didn't like it when this game did it, but I like it when this game does it. So what's the difference? I have to think about that. So, and it's also, like I said before, sometimes I just get bored playing this game. Right now I'm doing the thing of Rogue Galaxy, and I gotta tell you, the game's boring the hell out of me, because I basically do the same attack over and over and over again, and it kills everything, and then I run to a save point, and I do the same. I like the story, but I've gotten to the point where I need a little bit more than the story to keep me going. The gameplay itself has to be interesting and fun as well. So, those are the reasons. Yes, I do. Do I get confused? No, I keep notes. While I'm playing a game, I keep notes on the game, my feelings about it, and how what I'm encountering. And I also think of a lot of the jokes at that time as well. L Cook 3. More student sword. Yes. Maybe you should bring in an expert sword who will condescend the student sword. Just kidding. You never know. It could happen. I'll see what I can do to post a link to a few videos of yours here and there. I don't want to come off as annoying. So where can you go to contribute to your show's fund? There's, on this video that you commented on, there's a link at the bottom, I believe. Or no, it's the other link. Yeah, that's right. I made an announcement before, and that had the bottom of the link to contribute. I guess this one will have it as well at the bottom as well. But again, remember, as I said in my previous announcement, I'm going to be developing a separate web series. Can I pronounce that right? Web series that is not related to games per se. It's a live-action adaptation of my webcomic Death Distance GKaiser. I still have some game references to it. It's going to be a Scott Pilgrim versus the World style of film. Basically, Scott Pilgrim versus the World meets Power Rangers. What it's going to be, and it's going to be awesome. And I'm going to have a pledge page for Kickstarter. And if you pledge money to it, you will get a gift. In return, you'll get screen credits for the episodes and stuff like that. So if you want to hold off on donations and for that project, it's where you might actually get more out of the donation that you give to me, I understand as well. If you still want to donate to this show, because the budgets are separate. If you donate to this show, the budget is just for this show. If you donate to the GKaiser, it's donated just for GKaiser. So if you don't want to support this show, you perfectly can do that with a donation to PayPal. Sorry, that was a little mouthful. Okay. Last question. Golden Joe Blow. It's a very clever name. You thinking of checking out more games with RPG-like elements that aren't straight-up traditional RPGs? I've been playing some of the 2 Dead Rising games lately and thinking how you can't get too far in these games without leveling up your character that highly. They even add a monetary system to the second one to purchase weapons. Just curious. Straight-up traditional RPGs, you probably mean things like that aren't action RPGs, that are more like console style and PC style and stuff like that. Yeah, there's a very different branch of them. And yes, I did Castlevania, some of the Castlevania games that were action RPGs. I've done some roguelikes. I really want to do more of the PC style ones. I did the Lord of the Rings Volume 1, but there's some other ones that are, I think I should review as well. I just haven't got around to getting my computer fixed, but I should be getting that resolved shortly. And I really want to do Arcanum of Magic and Obscura. I think that's a Steamworks. Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura, I believe is the title. I really enjoyed that game when it came out. I would like to do that one. I want to do Oblivion and some of the Fallouts. And some of the older games as well. See if I can't track down that original roguelike I played. Whatever the hell it was called. Maybe I'll do a rogue, you know. There will be more types. I'm trying. The main reason a lot of them are consoles is because my consoles are the only thing that works. Whew. Of course, I've done some online games as well. I should be doing another online game here shortly as well. So, those are all the questions I was asked, and I have responded to them. So let me know more questions you have for me and for the Student Sword. And if you're interested in seeing the live blog stuff that I have been recording, mostly to chronicle my own experience with trying to get GKaiser off the ground, but it's really turned into more than that. It's turned into a chronicle of my life for the past year. So if you're interested in hearing, what goes on behind the scenes in the show, and how I keep well, basically what happens to me, let me know, and I will consider putting the videos up. But if no one's interested in it, I'm not going to bother. I don't want to bore anybody with my crappy life. So thank you for the session, and see you guys in 1 more week, 2 weeks, whenever I respond to this video. Thank you.